In the world of digital currency, rumors spread like wildfire. But the latest one about Pi Network is on another level. Some say a single PiCoin could soar to a jaw-dropping 314,159 global consensus value, shaking the entire crypto space. The claim has lit up social media, ignited heated debates, and left pioneers everywhere asking the same question. Is this bold prediction grounded in reality, or just another viral myth? If you've seen the buzz, you're probably wondering, what's really going on behind the scenes? Is Pi heading toward unimaginable heights, or is the truth far more fascinating? In this video, I'll cut through the noise and reveal what you really need to know. From Pi's groundbreaking mainnet achievements to the unstoppable rise of over 125,000 merchants now accepting PiCoin, a successful mainnet launch, and some incredible growth that nobody's talking about, stay tuned, because the truth about Pi's future might just surprise you and change the way you look at your Pi coins forever. Let's greet and welcome my incredible pioneers from around the world. Whether you're watching from Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm absolutely thrilled to share this incredible news with you today. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop with the latest Pi Network updates. And don't forget to drop a comment saying, Pi Network to the moon, along with your country and flag. Let's fill the comments with pioneer pride and show the world how powerful and united our global community really is. Let's start with the elephant in the room. This mysterious 314159 GCV number that's everywhere on social media. You've probably seen it on Twitter, Telegram, and YouTube channels. But what does it actually mean? Here's the fascinating part. This number isn't random at all. It's directly inspired by the mathematical constant pi, which equals 3.14159. The Pi Network community took this and created 314,159 as their dream price target. It's like a battle cry, a symbol of their belief in the project. Now, GCV stands for Global Consensus Value. Think of it as the price that the community believes PiCoin should be worth, even before it hits major exchanges. It's not an official price, it's pure community sentiment and hope rolled into one powerful number. But here's what's really interesting. This viral claim has done something incredible. It's united millions of Pi Network users worldwide around a shared vision. Whether the number is realistic or not, it's created an amazing sense of community and purpose. Now, let me share some incredible news that's actually happening right now with Pi Network. While everyone's debating about 314,159 GCV, Pi Network has been quietly achieving some amazing milestones. First, Pi Network successfully launched its mainnet in February 2025. This is huge! For years, PiCoin existed only in a test environment. Now it's real, it's tradable, and it's making waves in the crypto world. But here's the really exciting part. PiCoin is now trading on OKX, one of the world's major cryptocurrency exchanges. As of recent data, it's trading at around 62 cents. Now, I know that's nowhere near 314,159. But think about this. It went from zero to a real tradable asset with actual value. And the adoption story is incredible. Over 125,000 merchants are now accepting PiCoin for real transactions. We're talking about businesses in the United States, South Korea, and many other countries. People are using PiCoin to buy goods and services in the real world. This isn't just speculation anymore, it's real utility. Let me tell you why Pi Network has captured the hearts of over 40 million users worldwide. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, which require expensive mining equipment and huge electricity bills, Pi Network lets you mine coins using just your smartphone. Think about how revolutionary this is. Your grandmother, your teenager, your friend who knows nothing about technology, they can all participate in cryptocurrency mining. No special computers, no technical knowledge needed. Just download the app and start earning. This accessibility is changing everything. In countries where traditional banking is limited, Pi Network is giving people their first taste of digital finance. It's democratizing cryptocurrency in a way we've never seen before. The Pi Network team has been incredibly smart about this. They're not rushing to exchanges or trying to create quick hype. Instead, they're building a real ecosystem with real apps, real marketplaces, and real utility for their coin. Here's something that absolutely amazes me about Pi Network: the power of its community. When was the last time you saw 40 million people united around a cryptocurrency project? This isn't just about making money, it's about being part of something bigger. The viral 314,159 GCV claim is actually a perfect example of this community power. Whether you believe in that specific number or not, it shows how passionate and united Pi Network users are. They're not just holders, they're evangelists, educators, and believers. Social media accounts like PINewSupdates Daily have millions of followers sharing news, updates, and encouragement. Telegram groups are buzzing with activity. People are creating content, organizing events, and building businesses around PiCoin. This kind of grassroots support is incredibly valuable. In a world where most crypto projects rely on big investors and institutions, Pi Network has built something different: a true people's cryptocurrency. Now, let's talk about where Pi Network fits into the bigger picture of Web3 and decentralized internet. This is where things get really exciting for the future. Pi Network isn't just trying to be another cryptocurrency. They're building a complete ecosystem where people can use PiCoins for real applications. We're talking about games, social media platforms, marketplaces, and services all built on the Pi blockchain. The transition to their open mainnet, expected in the second half of 2025, will be a game changer. This means full decentralization, complete transparency, and unlimited potential for developers to build amazing applications. Imagine using PiCoin to buy digital art, pay for online services, play games, or even send money to family across the world, all with fees so low they're practically free. This is the vision Pi Network is working toward. Now, let's be completely honest about the current market reality. While 314,159 GCV makes for great social media content, the actual trading price tells a different story. PiCoin is currently trading at around 62 cents, and market analysts predict it might fluctuate between 34 cents and 62 cents in the coming months. That's nowhere near the viral claim, but here's why this is actually good news. A stable, realistic price means Pi Network is building something sustainable. It's not a pump and dump scheme or a speculative bubble. It's a real project with real utility growing at a healthy pace. The fact that it's successfully launched on a major exchange and maintains a steady price shows that there's genuine demand and interest from real users and investors. Let me explain why Pi Network's mobile mining is such a breakthrough. Traditional cryptocurrency mining requires powerful computers that consume enormous amounts of electricity. This has made crypto mining accessible only to people with money and technical knowledge. Pi Network completely flipped this model. Their mobile mining doesn't actually use your phone's processing power or drain your battery. Instead, it uses a consensus algorithm that proves you're a real person contributing to the network's security. This innovation has allowed Pi Network to onboard millions of users who would never have touched cryptocurrency otherwise. It's bringing crypto to developing countries, to older adults, to students, to everyone who owns a smartphone. The beauty of this system is that it's created the largest cryptocurrency user base in history while maintaining energy efficiency and accessibility. The global reach of Pi Network is truly impressive. We're seeing adoption in countries across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. This isn't just about wealthy countries or tech-savvy populations. In Nigeria, small business owners are accepting PiCoin for goods and services. In the Philippines, people are using it for remittances. In the United States, restaurants and shops are joining the Pi network ecosystem. This real-world adoption is what gives me confidence in Pi network's future. While other cryptocurrencies focus on institutional adoption or trading speculation, Pi network is building from the ground up with real people and real businesses. The upcoming Pi Fest events around the world are bringing together merchants, developers, and users to showcase how PiCoin is being used in daily life. This kind of grassroots adoption is incredibly powerful. So, where does this leave us with the 314,159 GCV claim? While that specific number might be more dream than reality right now, the underlying sentiment isn't wrong. Pi network has incredible potential. With 40 million users, growing merchant adoption, successful exchange listing, and an innovative approach to accessibility, it's positioned for significant growth. Instead of focusing on unrealistic price targets, let's appreciate what Pi network is actually achieving. It's creating financial inclusion for millions of people. It's proving that cryptocurrency can be user-friendly and accessible. It's building a real ecosystem with real utility. The transition to an open mainnet will unlock even more potential. Developers will be able to build more sophisticated applications. More exchanges will likely list PiCoin. Institutional interest might grow as the project matures. But here's what you need to know. After researching the latest developments, this specific price target appears to be social media speculation rather than an official announcement from Pi network. The real story is much more interesting than wild price predictions. Recent analyst predictions suggest Pi could trade between $500 to $520 in 2025 and potentially $890 to $920 by 2025-2030. Now, these are still predictions, not guarantees, but they're based on actual market analysis rather than mathematical constants. Here's where things get really exciting. While the $314,159 claim might be speculation, something huge just happened in the crypto world that could benefit Pi network tremendously. On July 18, 2025, President Trump signed the Genius Act into law. This stands for Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins, and it's the first major cryptocurrency legislation ever passed by Congress. Why is this so important for Pi network? The Genius Act creates clear rules for stablecoins, which means projects like Pi network now have a roadmap for legal compliance. The law requires stablecoin projects to back their tokens with real assets like US dollars or short-term treasury bonds, and they must undergo monthly audits. This regulatory clarity could be exactly what Pi network needs to move forward with confidence. No more uncertainty about whether they're operating in a legal gray area. Let's talk about what Pi network has actually accomplished. With over 50 million active users mining Pi through mobile apps, this project has one of the largest user bases in cryptocurrency. But having users is just the beginning. Pi network has been quietly building the technical foundation needed for a real cryptocurrency ecosystem. They've developed a distributed node network where regular users help validate transactions. They've created supernode infrastructure to handle high-volume data processing. They've built Oracle systems that can connect their blockchain to real-world data. And they've implemented smart contracts that can automate complex financial operations. This isn't just theory. These systems are already running during Pi network's enclosed mainnet phase. The team has been testing everything with real users, real transactions, and real applications. Here's some concrete news you can get excited about. Pi network is expected to launch their open mainnet sometime in the second half of 2025. This is huge because it means Pi tokens could finally be traded on public exchanges. For 3 years, Pi network has been operating in what they call enclosed mainnet, basically a testing phase where everything works, but Pi tokens can't be traded outside the Pi ecosystem. The move to open mainnet changes everything. Once the open mainnet launches, Pi holders will be able to trade their tokens, developers can build applications on the Pi blockchain, and businesses can integrate Pi payments. This is when Pi Network transitions from an experimental project to a real, functional cryptocurrency. Let's be honest about the challenges too. In early July 2025, Pi Network had a significant token unlock event where 19.2 million Pi tokens entered circulation. Some people worried this would hurt the token's value. But here's the positive perspective. Token unlocks are normal for cryptocurrency projects transitioning from closed to open systems. Pi Network handled this professionally, and it's part of their plan to gradually open up the network while maintaining stability. The fact that they're managing these transitions carefully shows that the team is thinking long-term about Pi Network's success, not just rushing to market. Web3 integration, Pi Network's vision for the future. Pi Network isn't just trying to create another cryptocurrency. They're building infrastructure for Web3, the next generation of the internet where users control their own data and finances. Imagine being able to make payments, store value, and run applications without depending on banks or big tech companies. That's the vision Pi Network is working toward. Their potential stablecoin would be a key piece of this puzzle, providing stable value for everyday transactions while their main Pi token could appreciate based on network growth and adoption. Here's something most people miss when they focus on price predictions. Pi Network's real strength is its community. 50 million users didn't join just because of potential profits. They joined because Pi Network made cryptocurrency accessible to regular people. You don't need expensive mining equipment. You don't need technical knowledge. You just need a smartphone and a few seconds each day to contribute to the network. This accessibility could be Pi Network's biggest advantage as cryptocurrency goes mainstream. Pi Network is truly global, with users in almost every country. This matters because many people around the world don't have access to traditional banking services. A stable, easy-to-use cryptocurrency could provide financial services to billions of people who are currently excluded from the global economy. The recent Genius Act focuses on US regulation, but its influence extends worldwide. When the United States creates clear cryptocurrency rules, other countries often follow similar frameworks. This could help Pi Network expand globally with confidence. For Pi Network to reach its full potential, several things need to happen. First, they need to complete their transition to open mainnet successfully. Second, they need to comply with the new regulations established by the Genius Act. Third, they need to demonstrate real-world utility for their tokens. The good news is that Pi Network has been preparing for all of these challenges. Their enclosed mainnet has been testing scalability and security. Their technical infrastructure is designed to meet regulatory requirements, and they're already working with businesses and developers to create practical applications for Pi tokens. If Pi Network does launch a stablecoin, it could be a brilliant strategic move. Stablecoins are the backbone of cryptocurrency commerce because they provide predictable value for payments and contracts. Having both a stable token for transactions and an appreciating token for investment could make Pi Network incredibly versatile. But launching a stablecoin also requires significant regulatory compliance and financial backing. Pi Network would need to hold real assets equal to the value of all stablecoins in circulation. This is where the Genius Act's requirements could actually help by providing clear guidelines. Let's talk about investment potential realistically. Pi Network has impressive user numbers, solid technical infrastructure, and favorable regulatory conditions. These are all positive factors for long-term value creation. However, success isn't guaranteed. Pi Network faces competition from established cryptocurrencies and needs to prove that their user base will translate into real economic activity. The transition to open mainnet is a critical test of whether the project can deliver on its promises. Smart investors should view Pi Network as a long-term opportunity rather than a get-rich-quick scheme. The project has potential, but it needs time to mature and demonstrate real-world value. Pi Network's technical approach is uniquely designed for mobile users and energy efficiency. Unlike Bitcoin's energy-intensive mining, Pi Network uses a consensus algorithm that works on smartphones without draining batteries or consuming massive amounts of electricity. This environmental friendliness could be a huge advantage as the world becomes more conscious about cryptocurrency's environmental impact. Pi Network offers the benefits of blockchain technology without the environmental costs. One key to Pi Network's success will be attracting developers to build applications on their platform. The project has been creating tools and resources to help developers create Pi-based applications during the enclosed mainnet phase. When the open mainnet launches, these applications could provide immediate utility for Pi tokens. Everything from games and social media to financial services and e-commerce could be built on the Pi blockchain. The Genius Act might seem like additional bureaucracy, but it could actually benefit legitimate projects like Pi Network. Clear regulations help separate serious projects from scams and give institutional investors confidence to participate. Pi Network's focus on compliance and gradual, careful development could position them well in this new regulatory environment. While some projects might struggle with new requirements, Pi Network has been preparing for exactly these kinds of regulatory frameworks. So, what's the bottom line? While the $314,159 price claim appears to be speculation, Pi Network is making real progress toward becoming a functional cryptocurrency ecosystem. The Genius Act provides regulatory clarity, the technical infrastructure is being tested and refined, and the move to open mainnet is approaching in the second half of 2025. The combination of 50 million users, solid technology, regulatory compliance, and upcoming market access creates genuine potential for Pi Network's success. Whether that translates to specific price targets remains to be seen, but the fundamentals look promising for patient, long-term supporters. Remember, cryptocurrency investments are always risky, and you should never invest more than you can afford to lose. But for those already involved in Pi Network, these recent developments provide reasons for optimism about the project's future. If you found this analysis helpful and want to stay updated on Pi Network's development, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I'll continue covering Pi Network's progress as they move toward open mainnet and beyond. Don't forget to like this video if you're excited about Pi Network's potential, and drop a comment saying Pi Network to the moon, along with your country name and flag. I love seeing how global our community is, and your engagement helps spread this information to other Pi Network supporters worldwide. Share this video with anyone who's been asking questions about Pi Network's stablecoin plans or the impact of new cryptocurrency regulations. Together, we can keep our community informed with accurate, researched information rather than speculation and hype. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive deeper into cryptocurrency developments that matter to real people. Until then, keep mining responsibly, stay informed, and remember, the best investments are the ones you understand completely.